a journey. It has no beginning or end. Wait, it has no end, but it does have a beginning. Hi. So, prior to the gastric balloon, I went through, I've always been a big girl. I've always had some weight on me. And like most girls who are big, we've tried everything. We've tried the diets, we've tried the, the quick go-tos of pills. Or we've tried everything. Or you go to the gym, you try the exercise, it comes back on. So it got to a point where I went through a very big loss of my mom, and so I had no control whatsoever, and it got to a point where it was heading to death. I had palpitations, loss of breath. I started getting the sweats. I'd use my inhaler. I have asthma, but I'd end up using my inhaler every few minutes, just like even walking from my bed to the bathroom. My feet were always swollen, and the biggest thing was my mental health. So I decided I needed to do something about it or I was gonna die. So yeah, that's how I ended up reaching out to Nairobi Bariatric, which I heard about through a friend of mine who also had the procedure. And so came in for a consultation and met Dr. Shukila, and it was fantastic. She walked me through what the procedure was about. She told me about the point I was in. Oh my God, I literally went home and cried because she said my BMI was literally not even on the chart. I was almost off the chart, and that's when it's called a reality check. Let me just say, Nairobi Bariatric gave me a big reality check. It was either do something about it or continue on the path I was on. So walked in, got my weighing. She weighed me. We talked about my journey. Where did this come from? Where do I think it stemmed from? And we spoke about the gastric balloon. We also spoke about that being just a step in the right direction to even bigger, and basically it was the first step in the journey, and that I would need to do more than that to get to my goal and to be in a healthy BMI in a healthy phase of my life. So the gastric sleeve is also on the board, and yeah, so our first step was the balloon, and here we are. The day before, well, I came in 2 days before, and to prepare myself for the procedure, I had the bowel irrigation procedure, which you come in and you have to take this liquid, which you'll see in the comments. If you have any questions about the bowel irrigation, Nairobi Bariatric will answer that for you. But you come in and it basically detoxes you and gets you ready for the procedure. So on the morning of the procedure, I was here by I think 6 a.m. I'm not a morning person. However, I was here. We needed to be here. And came in, signed the forms, got into the gown. I said a little prayer, got into the surgery room. It wasn't actually as scary as I thought it would be. You'd think these doctors with the masks, they were so friendly. They were so friendly. We laughed and laughed, and it was like, okay, time's going. We need to do this. So they walk you through what's about to happen. There's an anesthesiologist who walks you through what he's going to do. The needles, it wasn't even painful. It happened so fast. They put you to sleep. Up, you wake up, and I actually forgot why I was there. Actually, they said I started laughing, and I was like, I jumped off the car. I'm like, oh, thanks guys, bye. When I got into the recovery room, I just felt heavy. I was like, oh wow, there's something in my stomach. And yeah, that's when we had Miss B inside, and our journey started together.
Could you tell us what Miss B is?
Miss B is the balloon. She becomes your person. You and her like this. like this for 6 months. That becomes your bestie. It's not easy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was easy. So basically, you feel very weak. That was I'd say my first symptom. And so you get your IV fluids. Those are really important for you to even survive the first 3 days. So your first day of fluids, then you get to go home. Literally, like, you're like weak. You're like walking like you've just given birth. Anyway, I wouldn't know. Sorry, guys. So you get to go home, and the first night is actually quite uncomfortable. I will not lie. So when you sleep on your left side, you're okay. If you turn, I mean, we are all used to sleeping, and you know, where we have the way we sleep. That's something that's so part of us, right? So you sleep, you just feel this thing inside you. You turn, it turns with you. It's just like, hey, this thing is serious. The nausea. So the first night I didn't have nausea. The second night I did. And you cannot have you can't eat any food. You can't drink anything, but you can take small sips of water. So when it got to like the third day, I started adding like a bit of apple juice to my water. And you take small tablespoons just to, get yourself back into, this is a foreign object in your tummy. So you have to be also, give your body grace. And yeah, take it a day at a time. Yeah, all I'll say is, cast strong. I weighed myself, I think, on Monday, a few days ago, and I'm yo-yoing between 24 kgs and 23.5. No, actually, I wish I did it earlier, but I guess everything happens at the right time. Everything happens when it's meant to happen. And it came at an amazing time in my life. So, no regrets. First of all, mental health. You'll be very shocked how much your weight can affect your mental health. Especially, in fact, I feel like weight affects, it's like a cycle. So I'll give you an example. So before I made the decision to come in for my consultation, I had been on my period for non-stop for 2 months, every single day, until I got anemia. And I was like, this has never happened before. So my hormones were all over the place because I was eating badly. I was drinking all the time. And when I'm saying drinking, it's heavy drinking, not the one of Ealier or Kenya, heavy drinking. And so what happens is you end up your hormones are off balance. Your body doesn't know what's happening. I mean, you break out, your skin breaks out, and it affects your mental health. You start to feel horrible about yourself. You start to feel like you're not worthy. You start to feel just this fat blob. Maybe if a guy even rejects you, start thinking it's because I'm fat. It affects so many parts of your body that you will definitely feel the difference when you do start that journey. I hardly use my inhaler. My skin, my nails, the energy, clothes fit so well now. I walk upstairs without thinking I walked upstairs. I mean, I used to I used to avoid going to friends' houses if I hear you live on 6th floor and there's no lift. Now I visit everyone. I visit everyone. Another thing is just, the biggest one is my mental health. I feel like I have control of my life again. And that's a very, very big deal for me. So that, and also another thing is my, what I wouldn't call it fertility, I'd say woman health. Regular periods, regular everything. There's nothing that you should ever take for granted like that. So I'm thankful for all those things. So that's even just the tip of the iceberg. There's been a lot of health benefits that I've experienced that I'm happy about. I lost my mom. And when I lost my mom, it was very sudden and very tragic. So I was here suffering with PTSD, depression, grief, everything. So it was a whole fireball. And what happens is you sort of, when you're grieving already, you forget about yourself. I'm not gonna lie, you forget about to take care of you. There's days you don't even want to shower, there's days you don't even want to get up. So put that together with horrible eating habits, no movement, dark windows, you don't want to see anyone. Put all that together in a bowl, shake it. It is disaster. It's a volcano waiting to erupt. And that's how you go downhill. If I did not make this decision, I don't know where I'd be today. Because honestly, I was at the edge. And when I say at the edge, that's mentally, physically, emotionally, and just overall. So if you're sitting at home thinking, there's something I need to do to make myself feel better, and you do know that your weight is not where it needs to be, I think you should take a step and just come in for a consultation. A consultation, just start with that. After that, you can make your decision. I feel like a reality check is what is needed. They usually tell us, if you're comfortable, you're never gonna succeed. So get out of your comfort zone. Don't think about the money. Don't think about where you'll find it. Even if you wanted to go and buy a car tomorrow, I say God will provide, but you will find a way. You will. So it's all in your court. Don't even hesitate. A lot of people have asked me, should I do it? Is it safe? Would you do it again? Yes, I would do it again, because I'm now no longer that girl who's worried about dying. I'm no longer that girl who's worried about my health getting out of hand. I now have control of where my health is going. The confidence that weight loss brings. I mean, I've always been a big girl, but let's not lie. A lot of that does affect our daily life. So if you're out there and you're feeling low, you're feeling like you're less than, take control. And by loving yourself, by starting this journey, is a form of loving yourself. I call myself the self-love queen for a reason, and that does not affect my size. It affects me helping you love you the way I have learned to love me. It's a journey. It has no beginning or end. Wait, it has no end, but it does have a beginning. And I feel like if you're thinking or even watching this, it means you're thinking about it. So my advice to you is go for it.